All right, so it is 4:01 here now, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, hello everyone, and welcome to TeenLife's 2023 Virtual Gap Year Fair. My name is Dustin. I'm a marketing associate here at TeenLife, and I will be your host this evening. So, this is our first of two sessions that we'll be holding today, the second of which will be held at the next of the top hour. And I will be sure to send a link to the next session in the chat at the end of this one, and we hope to have all of you join us over there for session 2. So we're going to have 6 speakers this session, all of which will be live presentations. During these live presentations, we do encourage you to type your questions in the chat or by using the Q&A feature built into Zoom. Our speakers will get to your questions once they're finished presenting. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get straight into our first presentation, which is from Wilderness Adventures. So the floor is all yours.
Thanks, Dustin and TeenLife. So excited to be here and share with you guys a little bit about Wilderness Adventures and our Leadership Institute. Give me a second here while I present my screen. All right. Dustin, can you confirm that this is all good? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, all good.
Perfect. Again, this is for Wilderness Adventures. My name is Will. I work as the program director here for our gap semester programs. I started trip leading for Wilderness Adventures back in 2017, and I've had the privilege to be an instructor on all of these gap semesters that I'm about to share with you guys today. So let's kick things off. We'll talk about the 4 programs that we offer. These are all domestic gap programs. The first one we'll talk about is our summer gap semester in the Rockies. This is coming up starting June 7th through July 18th. It's about a 42-day program, kind of starting in Salt Lake and departing here in Jackson Hole. We have 2 fall semesters. We have our fall gap semester in the Pacific Northwest. We also have a fall gap semester in the Rockies. Both of these programs are 70 days in length. The same style, which we'll get into kind of our curriculum and what it's like to be on a gap semester with Wilderness Adventures. And the 4th program we'll talk about is our spring gap semester in the Southwest. This one is in February through April and kind of arriving, San Antonio, departing out of Salt Lake City. So you may ask yourself, what is Wilderness Adventures? What does this gap semester kind of look like? And so, we are kind of adventure based, right? So you'll be traveling around, within a van and a 15 passenger van and a trailer. There will be 2 to 3 instructors leading these gap semesters, and you'll have, our typical group size is around 8 to 12 for these gap semesters. So you'll be doing a handful of activities, pretty amazing things going on here. So you'll do some mountaineering, you'll do some ice climbing, rock climbing, community service. There's a lot of canoeing, canyoneering. Throughout these programs, you'll kind of go in and out of what we consider backcountry and front country. So you may start your semester in the Rockies doing 7 days of sea kayaking on Yellowstone Lake. You'll come out of the backcountry, you'll do showers, you'll re-up on food, and then you'll head off into your next backcountry section, which could be a 5-day backpack in Lamar Valley. So that's kind of typical when it comes to these semesters. You're kind of you're doing a bunch of different sections throughout. So it's either like a 5-day sea kayak, like I said, or some backpacking. One thing to mention is all of our semesters, they have a woofer certification course. So this is about a 7-day course where our students will be able to take this, basically this woofer course where they'll learn from a professional instructor on wilderness medicine, innovative techniques on how to handle emergency situations, and they'll walk away with a professional certification on each of these courses, which is a huge plus and a resume builder for some of you who are looking to kind of stack that resume as you transition into something after your gap year. We do offer some academic credit through our partnership with the University of Wyoming. So it's optional college credit. You're able to get these 6 college credits. 3 of them are intro to outdoor leadership, and then 3 of them are that wilderness medicine credit. So if this is something that you're interested in, you'll be working with me. I'll put you in contact with our people over at University of Wyoming, and then they'll get you all squared away on getting these college credits. So you may be asking yourself, why Wilderness Adventures and why join the Leadership Institute for a gap year or a gap semester? Well, There's a handful of things that I can tell you about. Speaking from previous experience leading some of these students, it really is a launch pad for them to transition into their professional career, or just to gain these life skills, right? Taking a gap year is a big decision. And with Wilderness Adventures, you're going to find a small and inclusive group setting. We're building community the entire time, and we're making sure that, our students are coming in, they're learning our leadership curriculum, and they're walking away a little bit more confident and having that self-awareness, and, the initiative to kind of step forth into the world. While it is all outdoor based, you don't need any, previous experience. We're going to be teaching you all these fundamental skills, these hard skills, whether it's sea kayaking or rock climbing or mountaineering. And our hope is that when you finish this semester with us, that you'll be able to kind of do these things on your own. You'll be able to take your friends and family out on hikes, on backpacks, and say, hey, I am confident. I know how to read the map. I know my wilderness medicine skills if anything goes wrong, and certain things like that. So we build that community through that small and inclusive group setting. Another reason is the academic and internship opportunities. So I briefly touched on that wilderness first responder certification that you'll get through these GAP programs, but all of our GAP semesters also offer a swiftwater rescue curriculum. So you'll be able to spend about 7 days on the water, whether it's sea kayaking or whitewater rafting or kind of whitewater kayaking, learning about swiftwater rescue and adding another certification to your resume there. Wilderness Adventures has been around for 50 years. We've been running these programs for a very long time, and they're very dialed. We have permits all over the world, and you'll be able to explore some of the most beautiful areas kind of that you've ever seen. When it comes to our Rocky Mountains, when it comes to the Southwest, there's so many beautiful areas that we're able to operate under through permits that we've carried for over 25 to 50 years. So amazing opportunity to get out and explore all these different states. And of course, one of the biggest things that we'll kind of touch on and why you should join us for a GAP semester is the lifelong friendships and memories that you're going to create. It's nothing like being able to spend 70 days out doing all of these amazing activities, learning how to be a leader, and you build these really core foundational skills and relationships with your fellow students. That's going to go on for your lifetime. So that's a little bit about us. How am I doing on time here? I know it's a little short.
About 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, definitely consider joining us for a GAP semester, whether it's our summer spot. Actually, our summer semester only does have one spot available, but there's plenty of availability for our fall semesters as well as our spring semesters. So I'll drop my contacts information in the link below or in the chat here, and feel free to reach out with any questions on all that. But thanks so much for the time.
Wonderful. Thank you, Will, and thank you, Wilderness Adventures, for that great presentation. So coming up next, we're going to hand it off to EF, International Language Campus's GAP programs.
Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yep, all good.
Okay, awesome, great. Well, thank you so much for having us tonight. My name is Will Kavanaugh. I'm an admissions director with EF International Language Campuses, and we'll talk a little bit about how you can study abroad during your gap year with EF. So what is EF International Language Campuses, and what does it really offer? So it's a language immersion study abroad experience where you're going to be attending an EF owned and operated language school. And basically we are offering daily classes for language that are fun and interactive, very different than your typical high school classes or even college classes. It really is immersion style, and it's complemented by immersion activities and excursions after class. So we're offering programs for 7 different languages. So we have Spanish, French, Italian, German, Mandarin, Japanese, and Korean in 11 different campuses. And all of our campuses are located in some of the very best neighborhoods of some really world-class cities. So I'll briefly highlight the options that we have. So we have for Spanish, Playa Tamarindo in Costa Rica. We have Spanish as well in Barcelona and Malaga and in the south of Spain. For French, we have Paris and Nice. For German, we have Munich and Berlin. For Italian, we have Rome. And for Mandarin, we have Singapore. For Japanese, we have Tokyo. And lastly, one of our newest but most popular locations is Korean in Seoul. So why study abroad with EF, and why do a language program with us? So EF has been around for over 55 years. So we really are one of the world leaders in international education and language learning. We offer support around the clock. So no matter where you are in the world, at what time, there's a global network there to support you. We have our own exclusive curriculum that we have been developing over many years. And this curriculum is based in experiential learning. As I was saying before, when you study with EF, it's not like high school where it's just tons of grammar and memorizing and really not learning anything. Our classes are truly based in communication, speaking and listening. So you're really going to learn a lot, and we guarantee that progress. It's an international community of students, so it's not just Americans who do our program, it's students from all over the world. And we also offer flexible and customizable planning. So we really have a variety of options for students that can really fit in with whatever schedule you have, whether it's an entire gap year, part of a gap year, a summer program, really whatever works for you. So for students on gap years, a lot of them like to do our language year abroad, which is our long-term program. So these are programs of 6, 9, and 11 months, where we have 4 set start dates. That way, students who are really looking to gain fluency can join a cohort of students and spend a pretty large period of time. But then we also have our EF Languages Abroad program, and these are our flexible programs where we actually have start dates every single Monday of the year, and you can do a program as short as 2 weeks or as long as a whole year. So we have some students who spend their entire gap year with us, and then we have other students who maybe just come for a few weeks in the middle of their gap year. Whatever it is and kind of what you're looking for, we can certainly accommodate it. So, the core tenet of our program is our academics. So we have all, as I was saying before, it's very interactive classes that you're really going to enjoy and have fun. Small class sizes, only around 12 to 15 students in a classroom, all taught in immersion style in the native language. And we guarantee that you're going to move up a level in our program every 4 to 6 weeks. And one level in our program is the equivalent of a whole semester of college language class. And you can actually earn college credit if you'd like through our partner at the University of Montana. Of course, the experience is a lot more than just the classes. Every single day, we organize different activities and excursions, just different ways to get you out into the city, exploring, getting to know the local culture, and really getting to practice your language skills out in the real world. We'll also organize weekend trips to other parts of the country, sometimes nearby countries as well. So there are some further travel opportunities and just ways for you to really get to know the culture, have fun, and explore. Then the next part of our program is our housing option. So we have 2 main options. So we have our host family option, which is the real immersion experience, where you're going to get the chance to live with locals in their home and really see what life is like in that country. It's a great way to really practice the language, share meals with locals. Of course, all of our host families are screened and vetted by our staff. And then you do have the option to live with other students on the program. So you kind of get the best of both worlds of being able to see an immersion experience, but also have the social experience. We also have our residence option where you can live with other international students. And this is a little bit more independent, but it's a great opportunity to live in some of the best neighborhoods in the world. So our program is open to students of all language levels. So we have some students who are complete beginners in a language, other students who've been studying for many years. And it's available to anyone ages 16 and above. During the academic year, it really is majority gap year students. And as I was saying, it's really students from all over the world. And that's something that people really love, is that you're going to have this true international experience while you're on the program. We'd love to get in touch and help you put together a program that makes the most sense for you. So we have our main websites here, ef.edu/language and ef.edu/year. I'll put them in the chat. But yeah, thank you so much. And I hope to talk with some of you soon.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to EF for that excellent presentation. As a reminder, like Will said, if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat or use the Q&A feature. So coming up next, we have Global Citizen Year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dustin. Let me get my presentation up here. Great. So I am here to talk to you as part of Global Citizen Year about our program Take Action Lab. My name is Sahara Thompson. I'm from and based in San Martin in the Caribbean. I'm an alum of Global Citizen Year, and I'm also the outreach coordinator. And I would say Global Citizen Year would be for you if you want a gap year focused on social change, personal development, and immersing yourself in a new cultural context with a global cohort. So just to assess if Take Action Lab is right for you, a little bit about Global Citizen Year. Our mission is to equip young people worldwide with the perspective, skills, and insights to solve our most urgent global challenges. And I'll just speak about my experience as someone who chose Global Citizen Year right after high school. As an alum, I'd like to start just by saying how at the time, I was a high school senior and I was 18 years old. I was tired and burnt out from the workload of high school, and between exams and deadlines and trying to keep up with the expectations of, teachers, parents, and college admissions requirements, I just kind of lost my sense of self and had no space to really consider some of my life's biggest questions at the time. And some of those questions were questions like, who am I? What is my purpose? How do I make a lasting difference in my community? And so I decided to pursue an intentional gap year from there and to explore these questions and take time to learn outside of the classroom. And as I was exploring gap year options, I knew what I did not want. So at the time, I didn't want a gap year that was just focused on traveling and being entertained, or just focused on participating in volunteerism. But what I really wanted was an opportunity to develop myself personally, to find my sense of meaning in life, to gain the tools I needed to make a change in my community, and to grow alongside a group of global like-minded peers and young change makers from around the world. And so in that sense, that's exactly what we focused on here at Global Citizen Year, specializing in offering exactly those learning outcomes for high school graduates and on reinventing the transition into adulthood after high school. And one of the ways that we're doing that now is our program Take Action Lab, which is an immersive gap semester program in Cape Town, South Africa, focused on the theme of human rights. So what exactly does this program consist of? As I mentioned, it's an immersive gap semester program open to high school graduates worldwide ages 17 to 21 who seek to gain a deeper understanding of the theme of human rights. And some of the key features of our program are a world-class curriculum. And so the program itself is 4 months long, and it's split between 1 month of online learning and 3 months in person in Cape Town. And when I say world-class curriculum, I mean that we've gathered a group of world-class curriculum designers who have created our online foundations course, which is the first month before you enter into Cape Town. And in that course, you focus on personal development, community development, and the historical and social context of South Africa, so you can come into the context prepared. And another core component of the program is apprenticing at social justice and human rights organizations. So you get to work alongside social justice advocates who are from South Africa, and some of the themes that you might explore in your apprenticeship, and students are placed into their apprenticeship based on their interests, are issues like refugee issues, food security, youth engagement, or women's empowerment. And one of my favorite parts of our program is that students get to live together with other 17 to 21-year-olds from around the world. Our incoming cohort is a group of 52 students representing 27 different countries, and they get to live together in this super cool neighborhood just outside of Cape Town called Observatory, and get to share houses together, cook together, learn together, grow together, have meaningful conversations every day. And so you get to co-live and build a community in Cape Town, but with a group of global peers. And finally, besides apprenticeships and co-living, and of course the learning that you're gaining, you get to experience different cultural activities. Every week we have cultural activities and learning excursions available for students to participate in. And this is just kind of a timeline of how you participate in activities. As I mentioned, the foundations course prepares you to think as a global citizen. So that's the online portion, which is a month long before heading into Cape Town. And this is a breakdown of how you spend the 3 months in Cape Town between, the orientation the in-country orientation that happens your first week in Cape Town, meeting up weekly with your cohort, your apprenticeship, which happens about 4 days a week. This sort of opportunities to continue to learn and understand the culture deeply, which happens weekly. And then finally reflecting on how you want to take what you've learned and apply it into your own community moving forward. If you'd like to connect with us, you can learn more at globalcitizenyear.org or follow us on all of these socials, and you can contact me at this email or WhatsApp me. And just for some specific details about the admissions process, our application is one of our application deadlines is in 1 week. The cost is 21,000 USD in tuition, and we always have financial aid, need-based financial aid available, and there's a process to go through if you need financial aid. And these are some of the dates of our upcoming programs. So August 14th to December 14th for the fall 2023 program, and February 5th to June 6th in 2024. And then these are the deadlines to apply. And if you are nominated by a teacher, you get a $500 merit scholarship if you join the program. So I'll jot that in the chat in case you want to learn more. And I'm speaking really fast because I have 3 seconds left. So thank you all for listening, and I hope to see you all soon and connect with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sahar. Really appreciate that. Coming up next here, we have CanView Life School in Valencia, Spain.
Hello, I'm here. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, I think I'm ready. Thank you, Dustin and TeenLife for giving us the opportunity to present our program. My name is Juan Planes, and as you may notice from my accent, we are from Spain. CIEE Life School was born on a family trip to California. We were having lunch at a restaurant in Carmel, and somehow the gap year experience came up in our conversation. Among our other ideas, we thought that it was a pity that in most gap years, there is not a real opportunity for significant personal growth. So we asked ourselves, why don't we give students a double opportunity? First, living abroad and learning a new language, as my kids have done in the past. Second, learning the skills that I've been teaching for years. My eldest daughter, Esther, who is the coordinator of the program, had spent 2 years studying at the University of Wilmington. And my son, Nestor, had enjoyed a soccer grant at Coastal Carolina University. On the other hand, I was a speaker, author, and university professor in positive psychology, self-leadership, and business. 15 years ago, I founded a nonprofit organization that provides emotional intelligence education to more than 5,000 students every year. And I've been working with the best teachers all this time. We had business experience because I founded more than 20 different companies. And we also had management skills because Esther has been an executive professional in multinational companies for 8 years. We all agreed that we had what it took to create a school of life. We had knowledge, we had experience, and we had passion. And that is how CIEE Life School was born. Why we think our program does change lives? Because our students work hard, but will also play hard. When designing our program, we decided that we were not only going to give our students the best year of their lives, but also to provide them with a solid foundation for the future. Of course, a gap year is about having fun and exploring the world. And I promise you, our students are going to have a lot of fun. But we thought that a whole year of only fun is somehow empty and void. And our students should make the most of the year to learn the skills to thrive in adulthood, And our program is doubly unique. It combines a unique life experience and a unique learning experience. This unique learning experience is a master in personal excellence and self-leadership. We want our students to become happier, so they learn positive psychology and emotional intelligence. To be healthier, so they learn nutrition and fitness. To be wealthier, so they learn financial markets and investor psychology. To be charismatic, so they learn communication skills, acting, and dancing. And to be resilient and self-sufficient. That's why they learn negotiation, cooking, and martial arts. Our teachers are not just teachers, they are experts in their fields. Among them, we have a national TV presenter, a bestseller Spanish author in time management, an international judo champion, 2 professional actresses, top psychologists, and several successful entrepreneurs. I promise you that you will wow at every single masterclass, and you'll see how fun it can be to learn with us. Furthermore, our program is accredited by Florida Universitaria, an Spanish university, which guarantees the quality of our syllabus and teaching. After the completion of the course, if you are a university graduate, you will get an official master's degree. And if you are an undergraduate, you will receive a diploma. Ours is a unique experience. Our students live in Valencia, Spain for 9 months. And in addition to the master subjects, they attend the Spanish lessons. Our course, the master, begins in September in English. By January, students are ready to take all the classes in Spanish. And by springtime, they'll be fluent in Spanish. Valencia has got 12 miles of sandy beaches, enjoys a mild Mediterranean weather, is home to the most popular fiestas in Spain, Las Fallas, and is one of the safest cities in Europe. Valencia is Spain's 3rd largest city, but you can reach most places in just 10 minutes. Furthermore, Valencia was voted by the International Expatriate Association as the best city to live in the world in 2022. Our experience, the life-changing gap year, includes trips to Madrid, Paris, Rome, Florence, and 7 days walking the Camino de Santiago, Europe's oldest pilgrimage route. Our students will also have the chance to make a positive impact in the local community by teaching emotional intelligence to adolescents and distributing food to homeless people and low-income families. Our students enjoy an individual room in shared apartments with other students of CIEE School. And in order to be admitted to our program, you just need to be a high school graduate. But you can do it also if you are at university or you are graduating. Our program is limited to 30 students, and there are only 20 places for international students. The admission process is open, and you can already submit the application for 1 week. Just to finish with my presentation, I'd like to tell a story about Americans and Valencia. I have a New Yorker friend who is a teacher that after graduating from Cornell University, she took a two-week vacation in Valencia. And she did not only fell in love with the city, but she especially loved the way we Valencians live life. She stayed forever and never went back. Valencia is wonderful, but the best part of us are the warm and welcoming Valencians, the locals. And I have a promise to finish with, is that we will work hard and play hard with you. Our family's 3 main values are excellence, freedom, and love. And we promise you that if you enroll at CIEE School, you will feel that we are committed to your academic excellence and to looking after every single detail of your stay, that you will feel free to enjoy the best year of your life in your own way. And most of all, that you will feel loved and cared for as if you were a member of our family. Thank you for listening. And Esther, my daughter and coordinator of the program, and I will be looking forward to answering any questions you may have. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much, Juan. Yes, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat or by using the Q&A feature. So coming up next, we have a presentation from the High Desert Center for Sustainable Studies.
All right. Am I on?
Yes, you are.
All right. Hi, everybody. I hope to meet you in real life someday. We're a small family business, which means we wear lots of hats. So I'm the co-director. Oh, Mary's putting on my hats. I'm the co-director, but also we're the marketing and staff and maintenance and fix the cars and all the things. So in our programs, we start in a meadow right up over there on our campus in Colorado. And you sit there, you can look around, you can see all these high mountains we're going to climb, and neighbors will meet, and chickens and tomatoes that we'll eat. And you see the funky, cool, colored school bus that we'll travel around in. And there's all this possibility. And we sit in that circle and we ask people why they're here. And the first answer is often has to do with, travel and adventure, backpacking, nature, simple living, all those kind of things. But you dig deeper and the answers morph. And the young people who come to us, what they really want is they want to feel free and powerful and connected. They want to belong and be seen and accepted. They want to be supported in taking risks and doing crazy things. They want to be in charge of their lives. And it's hard to feel that way in this world as a young person. So we really put those deeper goals at the core of our curriculum. And that means we really focus on authentic, honest relationships. We really prioritize communication, consent, choice. So one thing we do, for example, is we start with making sure that every participant feels comfortable saying no, not just to each other, but to me, the director. If you can't say no to us, it's hard not to feel coerced or controlled. And your yes doesn't mean very much, right? And so we're encouraging people to say no to chores, no to climbing the mountain, no to anything that feels like a should. And the result is to open up the door to what most of us want, which is a meaningful yes. And not just a yes, but one of those heck yes, I may be scared, but I'm all the way in and I take full responsibility for my choice yes. And it's powerful when that happens. We do all this while doing the standard gap year things, adventure, travel. The High Desert Center offers semester-long programs. We're based in Colorado, but we travel around the Southwest into Mexico. We do homestays, delve deep into border issues and all that. We have another semester in which we live in a sustainable community in Thailand. We've been doing these programs for decades. We go to great places. We go to remote canyons where there's nobody. We stop in the industrialized section of town where poor people live, and we just stop the bus right there and get out and connect. We meet inspiring people, learn to do things, see how the world works. But what's maybe a little different about our programs is the emphasis we put on choice and showing up and connecting while we maintain that honest, spacious place that holds people. Participants choose their adventures. There's no travel guides, we're creating these fun, cool things that we do. And one day, maybe we're interviewing strangers on the street. Another day, we're going into the woods with nothing, no sleeping bags, no food for a couple nights. Or we're welding a lamp with our neighbors. We have these amazing staff with exceptional interpersonal skills who facilitate this process and really keep the focus on authenticity and connection. And participants, everybody just really resonates with that. It's not uncommon for the group to vote to stop everything for a couple days, camp in the desert, and just focus on connecting and sharing. And it's often in these times when we get surprised by the really rich fruit that comes up, profound, transformative shifts in people that happen when there's just that space for it to happen. And after you do this process of choosing enough, you start to learn the important ingredients in a quality experience. And you learn that what we do is normally pretty secondary to the how and the why. And with that comes a power and a magic, because the how and the why are in our control. And the result, one result is every one of our programs is different because the participants are creating it. Sometimes, for example, by the end of the program, our bus, we're pulling into a place that even the staff haven't been before. And we're there because maybe a student met somebody at a campground who invited us. to help them on their ranch. And we go and we arrive, and right away everyone's practicing communicating with people and creating community and connecting with landscape, and just finding food and a place to sleep and purpose and ways to help out and cool things to learn. And the staff we're not doing anything, we're not driving it. And there's just this magic that happens when participants really get that they have the power to create their own lives and thrive wherever they are with whomever. And these skills, they transfer to everything in life, right? Be it family, work, school, college, adventure, whatever. The goal is to create connection and a sense of belonging, to create a sense of purpose and a way to help others and make a difference. And, just what a powerful skill that is, to be able to choose for yourself and as a group actions and a way of being that feel right and true while you're playing and having fun and have this spirit of adventure. And so that's our practice and our conversation. And we don't like to talk to you much. I mean, we like to listen just from students. So enough talking. I hope to meet you someday and share some cool moments with you. And for the rest of this, we're just going to let the participants talk and listen. Thanks a lot.
The give and take when it comes to connection with people, not a sense of knowing myself, a sense of community.
The experience of working together and giving a part of myself to something and getting a spiritual return on that investment.
As weird as it is, I feel like I've expressed myself to people in ways that I never have before, and just for sake of short amount of time. I've also realized, to a greater extent, how important building human connection is to me.
Kind of nice, always having people around.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sounds like a great time. Really appreciate it. All right, now we are going to move on to our last presentation for this session, which is the Council on International Education Exchange. The floor is all yours.
You see?
Yes, we can.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Dustin, and thanks, TeenLife, for having us. My name is Allie. I am the sales manager for the high school and GAP team here at CIEE. I've been with CIEE since 2002. I'm really excited to present today on behalf of CIEE. So we are a nonprofit organization that has been around since 1974. It's one of the oldest standing organizations out there. We are present in over 30 different countries around the world, which is really incredible. And a lot of those are CIEE run centers. We have over 2,500 plus high school students that travel with us every single year, whether that's with a high school study abroad program, our summer study abroad program, or our gap year abroad programs. And we also have $5.4 million in scholarship for our summer abroad programs as well. Which is also a really great opportunity if anyone's also looking to do something for a shorter period of time. So where do we go? Like I mentioned, we are located in over 30 different program destinations all around the world. We have over just at least 30 program destinations just for our summer program this year, which is really exciting. We have 8 high school study abroad locations, and we have 6 gap year locations. We offer language and culture programs in Sevilla, Spain, Paris, France, Berlin, Germany, Rome, Italy, Rabat, Morocco, and Kyoto, Japan. So our GAP programs are really designed to offer a cultural experience and give participants the opportunity to learn more about themselves and the world around them. Our participants will gain independence, maturity, and be fully immersed in the language and culture of their host country. Our students who attend our programs offer the opportunity basically to go up an entire whole language proficiency level up to 1 whole year in one of our 6 world languages, which is pretty awesome and pretty impressive. And this program is really designed to have the perfect balance of a structured language learning opportunity in the classroom and some free time, or what I like to call opportunity time, for you to really explore your community in which you're spending time in. And the nice part is you'll come back refreshed, confident, and more prepared for college in the fall or even in the spring. In addition to that, we place students in a carefully vetted homestay, which is a pretty unique opportunity that provides lodging and meals. Plus, it's an opportunity to create lifelong connections and immerse yourself in their daily life. All of our CIE Gap Year programs are run and operated by our own center staff, which is really amazing. Depending on that location, you may have a language school operated by the center, or you may be placed in a local language school in the city. So then you even have the opportunity to meet people from all over the world, which is really an awesome, great way to make new friends. Our CI staff also provide a global competence course that meets like 1 to 2 times a week for students to come together to discuss how they're going to be more globally minded citizens. In addition, our center staff provide weekly cultural activities, 1 to 2 day trips, and at least 1 overnight trip per semester. And at the end of the day, safety is our #1 priority. We take safety and security very seriously with our program. We have really incredible insurance that we offer to students while they are abroad. In addition to that, all of our center staff in the countries are available 24/7 if there is any issues whatsoever. So, like I mentioned, we offer 6 different language and culture programs between Sevilla, Spain, Paris, France, Berlin, Germany, Rome, Italy, Rabat, Morocco, and Kyoto, Japan. Again, depending on those locations, you may or may not be placed in a local language school, or it's run by our CIE Center and our staff. Classes are typically Monday through Friday from roughly 9 to 1 o'clock, and you'll have about 15 to 20 hours of class a week. So the rest of the day is really, again, time for you to explore and enjoy the city that you are living in. Typically, students can participate in a variety of language levels, beginning from intermediate or beginner to advanced. Students will typically take a placement language level exam either before they depart or once they arrive on program to assess their language level. And at the end of our program, we will provide you a certificate of completion. In addition to that, like we've said, you'll be placed in a fully vetted homestay near your local language school, where you'll be immersed in the language of your host country, as many of our host families actually don't speak English. So it's a really great opportunity for you to use that language that you're learning in the classroom. When I say fully vetted homestays, what I mean is all of our homestays go through intensive background checks. In addition to that, we do home inspections to make sure each of our housing that our homestays are putting our students in are up to code by our standards. So our students are around the ages of 18 or above. They should be no more than 1 year after high school graduation. So we're really looking for students for that 1 year between high school graduation and before that 1 year of starting college. Typically, most of our students are either deferred or waiting a college acceptance. A lot of them are excited to experience a new language and culture before going off to college. They either have some experience or they don't have any experience at all in the language, which is honestly also very common. And for a lot of our students, they've had experience being away from home, either through traveling before, maybe going to summer camp. It really kind of varies. And any student who also goes on any of our previous programs with us, whether it's a high school study abroad program or a summer study abroad program, they were eligible also for a 10% alumni discount, which is super nice. In terms of our programs are designed so students can choose between a semester or academic year with us. Our semester gap programs are under 90 days, so no visa is required for those programs. If a student does choose to do an academic year, they'll run about 9 months and a visa will be required. We will assist with providing some documentation for the visa application. However, students will be responsible for personally applying and paying for any applicable fees associated with getting a visa. And there is a 3-week break between around like the Christmas time where students can travel / may not be able to stay with their homestay. So there is some flexibility, and in general, students are welcome to travel while they're in the program. They're just not allowed to miss any kind of class with the language school. Just a quick little overview. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting to move the slides. My apologies. As far as the application process, it's pretty simple. We have a few things that we want to know about you, and also information about your emergency contacts and your personal details. We do ask for a health form filled out by your doctor and you and your parents, as well as any mental health history information is also helpful just to make sure you are set up for success on our program. And we also would like information about COVID-19 vaccination status. In terms of operational things, we would like to get an academic transcript just to ensure that you're a good academic student with your high school. We don't have a GPA specific requirement though. As far as legal guardian consent, that is something that is super important to us. So they do need to have, as a student, you do need to have consent for your to travel on our program. There is a $50 application fee to apply. It doesn't cost anything to open the application, but to submit, it's $50. And then once you've been conditionally accepted for our program, there is an interview that will be conducted between you and your enrollment coordinator. So from the time that you open an application with us, and the time that you get on the plane with us, you'll be working with one person on our team to kind of help you throughout the application to pre-departure process. So if you are interested in starting an application with us, feel free to scan the QR code on the screen here. It should link you to our application online. Our fall early application deadline is coming up. It's June 1st. And if you apply by any of our early application deadlines, you'll receive a $400 discount off our program fee or off our tuition, which is always super nice. Again, highly recommend opening application. Doesn't cost anything to open it, just to get your feet wet and see what we offer as far as our programs. How am I doing on time, Dustin?
You have about 30 more seconds.
Okay, I have a video, but I can put it in the chat for everyone to watch later. I just want to say, if you have any questions, feel free to book a call with either myself or one of my colleagues. We're here to help. We all work with different territories across the United States, and we'd be happy to assist you on your journey as you're trying to find the right GAP program for yourself. And yeah, feel free to scan the QR code, and thank you again for having us.
All right. Thank you so much, Ali. And thank you to all of our panelists and attendees who joined us for session 1 today. So I'm going to paste into the chat right now the link to session 2. And we hope to have all of you join us over there. As a reminder, that will be getting started at the top of the hour, so very shortly here. I'm going to stay on this call for just a couple more minutes here to make sure everyone gets the link and to answer any last questions that y'all may have. So again, on behalf of all of TeenLife, I want to say thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. And we hope to see you in session 2. Thanks.